Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming in. I'm here to check in with the Divine Feminine in the energy of the new moon in Cancer, which is 4 days away from when I record this video. Needless to say, I'm going to do an AstroTarology intro first. If you want to jump ahead to the collective reading, you can do so. There's a timestamp in the description box below, as well as a link if you're interested in a private reading with me. If you follow the link, there's several options you can choose from. Live, Zoom, recorded, whatever suits your needs. Anyway, interesting. With this new moon in Cancer, as usual, of course, at the time of the new moon, the sun, as always, the sun will be in Cancer, so will Mercury, but also Jupiter. I've done a video about that, and I'm sure you've heard everybody talking about that. But that when it happens, the sun and Jupiter are only 1 degree apart in Cancer. That qualifies as a Jupiter cazimi, which is, again, I've talked about that, an amplification. When the sun hits the planet, it amplifies the energy that it's in. Jupiter itself is an amplifier. With Mercury, the sun, and the new moon all in the same sign, that is a lot of cardinal water energy. And it's very, very deep, and it's very emotional. There's layers to it. Think about the ocean. Think about the moon. It's ever deepening the understanding and the revealing of it. There's things happening below the surface that you may not even be aware of until they surface. And then out of nowhere, it can be a groundswell of feeling. It can be all kinds of things. But as I was meditating on the energy for Divine Feminine, I actually got the words strength will be given. And I saw an image in my mind's eye of the strength card in the Good Tarot, which I pulled out for us to take a look at. It's a pretty interesting one. In the classic depiction of the Strength card, the Empress, who is depicted, right, Divine Feminine in the Strength card, in the classic depiction, she has one hand on the top of the lion's head, and one hand she's closing the mouth. And she's doing so with a lot of gentle patience. But in this card, she's not even touching the lion. She's using pure energy. And that very much is the Empress. It's Divine Feminine. It's all of the, when we think about Divine Feminine energy, think about it as all of the invisible things in our human experience. Love and intuition and emotion, all that internal process, and that is the seat of creation, which is why the Empress is usually always depicted as not in motion, because the true power of the Divine Feminine energy happens in the energy field, because that's truly what everything is comprised of anyway. The masculine energy is in the 3D, in the physical reality. And when she approaches this lion here in the Strength card, she's not even touching it. She's using pure energy to set the feeling, to calm it down. If she were to go up to that lion, for instance, and be angry and start screaming at it, you're ferocious and I'm terrified of you, or I'm angry at you, or I want to control you, or I want to subjugate your nature, think about what would happen. It would be game over very, very fast. Lions are incredibly intuitive, of course. This lion can feel her energy, the energy of the Empress. So she's transmuting and using that as the field of growth, as what we create the reality of the future with. She's holding on to those shafts of wheat here. To me, that's the staff of life. And she's not making a move because she's not going to risk what she's got to grow. That's what's truly valuable, the core of it all. Cancer energy rules the 4th house, is the house of the home. Its opposite sign is Capricorn. It rules the 10th house. It's the house of our achievements in the outside world. It's the house of ambition and power and in the world. That axis of opposition represents the axis of global power. So the house of the home and the house of self-mastery, though that balance is absolutely what we're talking about right now. The need for both to be in energetic alignment, which is also the Chariot card. I've talked before about the dark horse and the light horse. In the Cancerian energy, there's no sharp edges. There's no black and white. There's no this is right, this is wrong, this is how you should feel, this is how you shouldn't. Pick a side, pick a direction. If you try to do that, the chariot's going to go all over the place, which is why it's usually depicted in splashing waves. And this charioteer doesn't have any reins on the horse. So that is driven by the emperor, which interestingly enough, right, is depicted as a lion in this deck. That's a lion right here with the empress. And as I mentioned, it's about the pure, magical, powerful ability of divine feminine to use the intrinsic understanding of energy to create the future. Not about approaching the lion and with, like I said, you go at that lion full bore with fear and anger and frustration. It's going to amplify. It's going to feel your energy and attack back. That's not the way to do it. Not going to win with brute strength. No way. So strength will be given is what I heard. Also Leo energy. And as we move towards Leo season, Lionsgate is huge this year. It involves a new and a full moon in the signs of Leo and Aquarius, which have the north and south node next year, which is where we're headed after, right? That's our trajectory, our soul's trajectory. So this is very important right now, for sure. Interestingly enough, too, the Empress energy is Taurus, and Libra is Venus energy. Right now, Venus herself is in Taurus. Extremely feminine energy in the stars right now, with the sun, the new moon, Jupiter, and Mercury all in Cancer. Venus in Taurus, and Mars, the masculine energy in the sign of Virgo, which is earth, which is feminine, which is very nurturing, very growth oriented, and very, very, like I said, patient, calm, and understanding of the true power. All right, you guys, let's get into the reading. It's still for any sign, anybody. You'll know if you resonate with it, and you won't resonate with everything that I say because it's a general reading. So just take what fits for you as it does, if it does, and leave the rest behind. Okay. New moons are all about manifesting as well. So getting into that energetic alignment of emotional honesty. Yes, it takes courage. That lion can be within. It can be about conquering that beast inside of you as well. Staying in emotional authenticity and open-heartedness. Leo rules the heart. All right, from the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck, what do we have in the overall energy for Divine Feminine? This is interesting. We have Pandora's gift. Now look how bright her heart chakra is emanating out, and she's trying to hold a mask to it, but she can't. It's shining out from behind it anyway. Sometimes we look at Pandora's gift as something we're afraid of, and maybe you're afraid of the brightness of your heart. If you open it, what's going to spill out? But it's already spilling out anyway. And it is your gift. It's pure love, and it's what you've got. What else? Oh, just one more, please. She's kind of glancing down at that mask in the light a little bit suspiciously, like, wonder what would happen if I let it all out. If I took my hand off the lion. After the storm, okay, this is number one. So it's about coming out the other side of a very, very turbulent time, which, let's face it, as a collective is true, and that could be true personally. From the macro to the micro is the case, right? But there's the birthing of a new kind of wisdom here, a new experience. This baby owl is carrying what? A little basket of knowledge. Interesting, it looks like a big full moon there. We have a full moon in Capricorn on July the 10th, but after the storm and Pandora's gift. Let's go to the wisdom of the oracle and see what's up there. Not for you after the storm. Okay, so fortune's playing a hand here. Look at the fortune cookie on the chessboard. Let's keep going. After the storm. Look at this. We have yin energy. There's divine feminine, what we've been talking about. Let's have one more. We'll see what this not for you. But it looks like fortune had something else in mind. So if there was a disruption to your plans or what you thought was going to happen or the way, again, that you thought things should be, that fortune cookie had something else to say. And now we have the thinker energy, Mars and Virgo right now. Okay. And she's looking down at this mask and she's like, should I? Interesting. Okay. Let's get into the reading. I'll do astrology at the end with the Llewellyn. Let's see what happened before the storm. Now, new moons are all about manifesting the new. With that, we had a full moon in Sag, so that 2 weeks in between is all about releasing. There could have been a storm, so to speak. Oh, yeah. Not for you. I wonder what you had to let go of. This is the Five of Cups. It is a card about kind of looking back at situations or circumstances in your life, maybe old relationships. Five of Cups is Scorpio energy, it's water. And maybe there was it could be 3 different experiences literally in your past. These cups are spilled over and you're like, what went wrong? What happened? It's all going towards something though, because behind the back of this character is 2 cups that are still standing. So you had to walk away from different things that weren't for you. And maybe that was tough. It would be, right? The sadness there. Okay. Let me see you now. And maybe that's why you're wondering whether or not you can allow your heart to believe again with that Pandora's gift. Let's see you now. Oh, interesting. We'll see about this. We may be getting crashed by divine masculine. We'll see. But here we have divine masculine, Aries energy, Capricorn and Taurus for me. And I did see that moon here. So it could be towards the Capricorn full moon on the 10th of July. The Emperor is divine masculine, self-mastery. It's doing what's best for you, for the empire that you want to create, for what comes next in your life. It's about releasing that sense of regret or sadness. Because, again, it's not easy decisions that you have to make when you're answering to yourself. But if it's not for you, it's not for you. Now, this could be this Emperor, somebody that you're now dealing with after having to release all that 3 of Cups there. We'll see. Let's see the next steps for you. Interesting, thinker is number 44 and the Emperor is number 4. Let's see what's coming up next for you. Wow. Talk about creating empires. The 9 of Pentacles. This is abundance. This is independence, that's for sure. Now, 5 of Cups, releasing what wasn't for you to develop what is. It's a lot of abundance. We'll see what happens there with that 9 of Pentacles and the Emperor. Pandora's gift. 9 of Pentacles. Let me see the energy surrounding you. The Queen of Cups, Cancer energy. I feel like divine masculine's crashing the reading. The Queen of Cups is the heart unmasked. This is the Queen of bottomless emotion. She definitely has no fear in expressing her heart because she knows how to navigate it. There's no way to get lost in there. Very loving, very intuitive, and very yin energy. And here in the energy surrounding you is divine, close to divine feminine yin. Look at her. She's just sitting there while the waves splash around her. There's no fear. So what's the challenge? The 10 of Swords after the storm. The 10 of Swords is the end of a very long and difficult cycle of learning. I find this interesting because in this case, she's face down in the water, representing again the emotions. And each one of these swords represents our mind. It's about learning. But it is the end after the storm. I wonder what came to an end. We'll dive into that. But whatever it is, we have Nine of Pentacles in what's coming up next. That's beautiful. That's pre-Empress energy. And independence. Potential outcome. I keep seeing the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck, which I do like to see. Cardinal fire. The Ace of Wands is inspiration and passion and new beginnings, but it's courage as well and vision. And then we have Aries here with the Fool. Very strong Mars energy coming through. But I always say, right, the Ace of Wands is what fuels the Fool, both cardinal fire. It's what gives you the courage to take a leap of faith on your heart to unmask it with that Pandora's gift. It's about new beginnings. I always say the Fool carries a lot of wisdom with him. It's not a card about being naive. It's a card about knowing, again, that you can trust yourself to take a leap into any kind of thing that's calling to your heart. The Queen of Cups understands her heart. And it does take a lot of courage to keep your heart open after 10 swords. That's probably why the mask. Shouldn't I? Pretty hard with the Ace of Wands around. The Star, Aquarius is major arcana. The Star is after the storm. It comes after the Tower in tarot. It's the truth. It's the purity. It's hope. It is again about vision. And then we have a Page of Wands. Okay, interesting. There could be communication coming into it. Let's see where this goes. Oh, wild unknown. That was the Six of Swords. Okay. Let me see this Five of Cups. This is what you're releasing. Best laid plans. We have, I'll do them quick because a lot came out, but I feel like I need to do them all. We have the Three of Wands, which is the vision of the future. And inside the middle of that peak hole out into what comes next is all of these rainbow colors of possibility. It's a vision for the future, wherever it is, though, that you're going to. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles here. And then the Knight of Swords. Okay, the Knight of Swords is about sudden awareness. Now, that could be communication or messages coming in. It could be sharp words being spoken, leading to a 10 of Swords. Can I see the Emperor? One more there. The Thinker. Okay. We have the Nine of Swords. Well, that is the Thinker. Interesting. The Nine of Swords is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And it's anxiety. It's about being all stuck up in your mind, trying to figure out something that you cannot. Trying to cover the bases of what comes next. See, like, again, you're trying to understand something that only your heart's going to understand. And I think that's why the Queen of Cups is here. Let's see where this goes. The Page of Wands, we already saw that. The Page of Wands is the first step, like I said, in engaging that excitement of the Ace of Wands. This can be communication. This can be somewhere an idea. Three of Wands to the 10 of Pentacles. Perhaps about what you want to create. Should I show this? Okay, I know it sounds vague, but let's keep going. Can I see the 9 of Pentacles in the next steps? Because the 9 of Swords is attached to whatever this wand is, this idea. Look, it's the Tower. Interesting. Aquarius, Scorpio energy. We saw the Star. Sudden change out of nowhere. Nine of Pentacles. No, look, what? It's the Star. And in this version, Aquarius energy, I talked about Leo season, right? With full moon in Aquarius. I don't know the date. But next year, Aquarius has the South Node, I believe. North Node. Anyway, the Star, look at the rainbow colors of this star, which is the wish, which is the vision, which is the hope. It is what's the colors that are in the middle of that Three of Wands. And in the recent past, like what happened there? Okay. But in any event, the star's coming out with the Nine of Pentacles. What's under the Tower? Oh my gosh. Ace of Swords, another ace. Truth, clarity, communication. Nine of Swords. Thinker. Can I see the Star? Something happened back here that was very disappointing. Can I see the Star? There's a new idea, or you had to do what you had to do because you have your eye on a certain future. And with the Nine of Pentacles, maybe you had to get yourself free of something. Could have been a family, it could have been a marriage, a commitment, something. Star. It wasn't for you. Yeah, look, the Fool. Aries energy. What do I always say? Love rewards the brave. Cardinal fire, it's a very brave energy. Come on. Third ace. Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles can be planted and grown into the 10, which is what you see. This can be an offer. It's a seed that can be planted. And it's coming in here with that Star energy and the Nine of Pentacles. One more there. Is that the gift? Is that Pandora's gift? Should I? Because this pentacle is going to go make it to 10 of Pentacles here. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. We have the Chariot, Cancer's major arcana. Interesting. Now, this could be a card about travel. Or some, let me see. But like I said, about interesting that there's a new moon on the forehead of this horse. New moon in Cancer on the 25th. This could be about timing as well. The Chariot's very fast and it's driven by the force of the heart, like I said. No reins attached. So it's the force of the heart that is headed towards this star. It's the reason why you're doing what you're doing. Well, this is heavily guided, and I sure hope it's making sense. What came out there? No. I saw the Strength card, Leo energy, and the Queen of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, okay. The Queen of Swords and Cups often come out together for me because they compensate for each other. The Queen of Swords is my head over the heart queen, and the Queen is my heart over the head queen. There's the Chariot. There's the need to be in alignment, right? And this Queen of Swords has learned a lot in life and is like, no, I better be careful. I better take things slow. That comes through a lot. I better learn what I've learned. That Knight is carrying the Ace of Pentacles. For some of you, it can be an offer coming in that's been a long time coming. Okay, let me see the Queen of Cups. In this Chariot card, I love too that horse has the pentacle. The opposite sign of Cancer is Capricorn. So there's something here about grounded and emotional. Queen of Cups in your surrounding energy. It's the Emperor. Again. Masculine energy. Can I see the Emperor? What? It's the Ten of Cups. Unbelievable. Again, we have those rainbow colors in the star, in that peek hole into the future. The Ten of Cups is the everything card, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It's happiness, it's creative fulfillment, it's family, it's the home. Again, whatever fills those cups for you, because it's energetic and self-defined. And then the High Priestess, Pisces energy, new moon up above the High Priestess. It's about being intuitively guided towards that fulfillment. That's why the Five of Cups, that's why the sadness. You know where it is too. One more on the High Priestess. The Seven of Cups and the Lovers. Wow. The Seven of Cups is more Pisces energy. That's Neptune. This can be about dreams. It can be, and the High Priestess. This is incredibly intuitive. I'm sensing a very strong past life situation happening here, especially with the Emperor. The Queen of Cups with the Seven of Cups and High Priestess. Unbelievable. One more there. The Nine of Wands. More new moon. So this is reaching the end. We have two cards about reaching an ending. The Nine of Wands is a hard fought path to get to where you've been trying to go. And the wish hangs at the top of that staircase, made of brambles, made of a fight, and a dangerous one. To climb that staircase, it's perilous. There's like, these are wands, right? And there's like little brambles and stuff. You could cut up your legs, you could trip, you could fall. You're following a dream. And it's based on faith in your own heart. Let me see the Ten of Swords. We saw the Ace of Wands as well. Oh, I completely skimmed over the Lovers card. I'm so sorry. And it stayed upright in the deck, so let's do it. Of course, we have to be very strong. This Emperor-Empress connection here, whoever that is to you. But the Lovers is Gemini energy, and it is a very, very deep soul connection. It represents two sides of ourselves often. And generally, it sends us to some kind of crossroads in our life. Every time I get the Fool and the Lovers, we're going to have the Ace of Wands and the Tower. Because when you encounter lovers-like connections like this, it wakes your heart up, Nine of Swords, to the Emperor, to a side of yourself that maybe you didn't know existed. This could be an Emperor who did that for you. You got to get in where you fit in. But nevertheless, this is about the need to make a choice, oftentimes between our past and our future, not for you, right? And some sadness around what you had to leave behind based on the passion, based on that new awareness. Pandora's gift. And you're like, okay, I'll follow it with faith, but Nine of Swords, there's some worry. Can I see the Ten of Swords in the challenge? No wonder the Strength card is coming out. That's a card about courage. Eight of Pentacles. The Ten of Cups came back out. Nine of Swords to the Ten of Swords. Eight of Pentacles is a card about putting in the hard work. Being willing to do what it takes to, it's Virgo energy. Right now we have Mars in Virgo. So it's diligent. It's paying attention to the details. And there's some kind of end to worry right here. And then just a leap of faith because Ten of Cups. It's worth the leap. Let me see the Fool. No way. It's the Wheel of Fortune. my let go or be dragged card again, I often see it with the Tower because it brings about great change to our life. Jupiter in Cancer right now. Also, Jupiter Kazemi. This is Jupiter energy, and it is about good luck. It's about timing. It's about monumental change. Look at the new moon up there in the corner. And it is about this new beginning for you. There's some kind of luck. There's something to do with finances. Let me see the wheel. It's the sun. Oh my gosh. Leo's major arcana. Leo season could be very, very huge. You could have Leo strongly in your chart, but the sun is happiness. It's optimism. It's a new beginning. It's revitalization. One more. It's Pandora's gift. Okay, we got the Fool again. Oh my gosh. Let me try to get one more on that Ten of Swords in the challenge. I'll go to the Naked Heart for that. Yeah, that mask is coming off. Ten of Swords. We have the King of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. Interesting. There's 3 spilled over cups here. This King of Pentacles could be somebody that you had to leave behind in the past. For some of you, for others of you, this could be your situation in life. The King of Pentacles is very, very responsible, very slow and steady, but well-intended for sure. But this leap of faith is not very much like the King of Pentacles. So for some of you, that could be somebody that you're leaving behind as you enter this new beginning, or for others of you. Nevertheless, it's the 3 cups that are spilled over. One more there. Actually, let me take the Fool one step further and then we'll go to the oracles. Definitely a card about courage. The 5 of Cups and the 7 of Wands. Look at this cat in the 7 of Wands. Like, I wouldn't mess with that cat. This is a card about fighting for what you want, fighting off anything that tries to get in your way. 5 of Cups right there. One more there. 7 of Wands. Sadness. The World, unbelievable. This can be about the outside world as well. For some of you, there can definitely, with the Chariot and the World, there definitely can be travel. Cancerian energy is very much about travel. That's why it has the Chariot here. And we saw Jupiter as well. So there could be, with this offer coming in, because I feel like there is one with the Ace of Pentacles, it could involve travel for a lot of you. But the World is also about the closing out of a cycle and not allowing that 5 of Cups, that sadness in the past, to stop you from taking that leap of faith. Because we have it here a little bit hovering, but it looks like you do release it. Yeah, the 10 of Wands, it looks like you do release it. Strength. Let's go to the blue deck. What else? Adjacent possibilities. We keep getting that card in the collective. Adjacent possibilities. And then we have the thinking man here, or the thinker with the Emperor, looking for different ways to do something, navigating it carefully. Look at all the door. Okay, but we also have having to leave something behind because you already know where you want to go. That's interesting, because there's that one doorway at the end of this long hall, which is lined with doorways. But there's one at the end there that's the obvious choice. And look at the sun. Look at the brightness. That's your 10 of Cups. Let's get another one. Action. Mars energy. Okay. And the Fool. We have double Mars at the end with the Fool taking action. Garden in the Gate. Interesting. The garden. This is a card about leaving your comfort zone. Look at that little girl. She's standing at the edge of her garden, and beyond that gate is the unknown, the world. And we have the world right there. So again, that about courage, right? And leaving your comfort zone. Let's see. One more. Somebody's coming in with some kind of offer here. Anxiety, the Nine of Swords. On the bottom, we have the Temple Path right there. That's a very spiritual energy. And what I said about following your guidance. One more. Oh, wow. Healer of the Ages. I love that. For me, the Healer of the Ages means it, like, again, it's not about erasing the past. It's about carrying the wisdom forward and creating the new with it. Some of you, this could be a work opportunity involved in this as well, because there is a lot of abundance, and we have Jupiter too. Let's see one more. Woman holding a heart. It's the Queen of Cups. I feel like we got a mixture of masculine and feminine. So you're going to have to get in where you fit in. This Queen of Cups is very, very intuitive, very open and warm, and has, High Priestess, the vision, the Seven of Cups has the vision. And as the Emperor, that again, now maybe you have the vision, but you require this partnership. Either way. Okay. I hope that wasn't too confusing. I feel a little confused, but that's how the messages were coming through today, my friends. Just take what fits for you or what helps and use it the way that it does. From the star codes, let's get some astrology. This could be in the person's chart around you or just overall influencing the energy. Solar calm, clarification energy. Okay. We saw that Sword of Truth. Okay. We have the fourth house. That can be about wanting to feel at peace, at ease. The first house, Aries house, the arrival of the new. And the fourth house, Cancer energy. Okay. Again, this can be about moving for a lot of you. We have the progressions or the journey as it unfolds. Jupiter progressing through Cancer. The eighth house, house of the hidden or the unknown. Then underneath we see Aries. There's Mars energy. Let's get one off the top. Interesting. We have the Vesta, which always reminds me of the Four of Wands in Tarot. Look at that flame burning in the middle there. This reminds, like the house of the home again. That's like a home. Okay. Interesting. I still feel like there's a bit of a mystery here. But I said jumping into the unknown, we have the elixir of life. That's the Ten of Cups. That's holding on to what's important, as I said. And often with this Vesta card and the flame burning in the middle there is being protected by those pillars, holding on to what matters. Protection. Interesting. Okay. Whatever had to happen back here had been for your own protection. Yeah, we have union. But we have also the Emperor and the Empress coming together here. Could be divinely protected. Union right there. Last one. Maybe it's going to require a leap of faith for both of you. Magical power, Pandora's gift, and that's the heart. Last card. And then we will close the reading with the Lover's Oracle as usual. Knowledge for the storm and what you've learned. Okay, let's go to the Lover's Oracle. Now, these can come out as advice, so definitely take it only as it resonates, just like with the whole reading. But I'll just reiterate by saying at the end with a double Fool energy, wherever it is that you're going, it's definitely going to require you to believe in yourself, to be courageous. It's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself after the storm and you recovering from something. And the solar calm right there. Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Yes, I said from the 9 of Pentacles to the 10, right? Should I? Love conquers and transforms all things. It's the only thing that does. And that's what I was saying in the intro. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best after the storm. Okay, and last one. For some of you, there could have been, they're dealing with something here. Surrender. There it is. At times, we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go, and all will work out. There's that 5 of Cups. Okay. New beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Queen of Cups, 7 of Cups. You've got the dream. And then there's the Fool and the Ace of Wands, which we saw. Beautiful reading, my friends. Again, I hope it made sense. I'm sorry if it got convoluted. Even though I do have a Cancerian sun, all this water can be a little much. I love you guys very much. Happy new moon. See you soon. Namaste.